Was fan-fucking-tastic. Thank you, whoever sent me this link, because boy, times they are a-changing, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. What's the relative importance of career and motherhood in the typical woman's life? I'm 55, and I've been working with men and women my entire life, and I've watched this, and it's quite obvious. It's like at 19, it's all career. By 30, that's just not the case. It's not the case. I don't know if I've seen a single woman who I didn't think had a psychological problem, who hadn't seriously flipped in their attitude towards the balance of family and career by the time they were 30. And then you see lots of women who at 40 haven't had kids and perhaps wanted to, and that's not a pleasant situation. I was talking to a woman who is about 39, a professional woman, attractive, well put together, competent, well educated, successful in her profession, unmarried, in a relationship with an older guy, but unmarried, and desperate to have a child. She said no one ever talked to her about the fact that she'd actually want to have a family or encouraged her to think about doing that. It was as if it wasn't within the realm of possibility that one of the things that she might have the ambition to do would be to be a mother. And that's just not acceptable. And it was like she woke up in her late 30s and thought, well, the first thing she thought was, this profession of mine is actually nowhere near as comprehensively fulfilling as the advertisements claimed, which is something that virtually everyone discovers as they move forward in their professional career. The reason that you get paid generally for your work is because you're doing something that you wouldn't choose to do if you weren't being paid for it. And so the idea that your career is going to be the fundamental source of your fulfillment is true for a very tiny minority of people.
Well, that's odd, because when I left the Michaela Peterson interview, she was very confident about the direction she was going. She wanted to get rid of it, and now is the time. I mean, and according to, Jordan Peterson, women are right when they don't choose you. Are women right when they reject you too? Is the mother of your child right when she says, I'm done, even though you, by all appearances anyways, look like a pretty damn good dad? Is she right? Because right here, it sounds like at 30 years old, that she's opting out of the, let's say she's she's emphasizing the career thing a whole lot more than the motherhood thing. Am I wrong in that? Am I wrong in this? You guys tell me. I mean, remember, we're just here we're casual observers in all this.
And even with them, it's complicated. So she was tearful and upset about the fact that it took her so long to discover that there were other important dimensions to life, and that motherhood turns out to be, well, how many things do you do in your life that are fundamental, right? You have a career and your education, so that would be part of your career development. That's part of what makes you generally useful in society, and perhaps a place that you find some meaning and purpose.
Career, meaning, purpose, all that good stuff you just enumerated for women has only become something important for women in the last really 60 years, really since the sexual revolution, really since they've had the opportunities to do that. And again, I'm going to also quote Dr. Jordan Peterson here. We're still in the experiment. This is still the experiment. Your daughter is a big part of that experiment right now. And by all, this was from this Think Big thing. I want to say I believe this was 2018 when he did this. So yeah, he's 55. Yeah. So it'd be about 2018. So how is that different? Well, in 2018, Michaela how old was the kid in 2018? I think maybe the kid was born in 2018, wasn't she? Scarlett, cute kid too, by the way. Awesome kid. Andre, you did a good job. But now I can see where this conversation starts, but where does it end?
You have your friends, you have your family, like your parents and your siblings and so forth. You have your kids, you have your relationship. That's it. There's 4 things. Mm-hmm. Now, you can expand that to some degree. You can have, maybe you're creative and you make good use of your personal time. There's other factors that aren't trivial, but those 4 things are canonically important. You miss one of them, and you're going to pay for it. And so our society.
Yeah. Well, the problem is we absolve women of paying for it now, Jordan. We absolve them of the responsibility of the consequences of the old order implications that they had. Thank you for making my case for me.
Needs to rethink our relative valuation of career versus motherhood. So we don't know how to solve this problem, but we could at least have an intelligent discussion about it, and we could start by admitting that the idea that most 19-year-old women are fed, which is that their career will be the primary purpose of their life, is actually a lie.
Really? What about 29-year-old women who've already had kids, divorced their husbands? What about that? What about 29? Well, actually, probably younger than that. But what about women who go off to talk business with guys in Romania? That's clearly she went to, clearly, gotcha. Clearly she went to Romania because her career was very important to her, right? That's what she said. Did she not say that in the well, I went there to talk business with Andrew Tate, and Tate's lips are sealed, and probably wisely so. I just went there to go talk business. Talk to daddy, man. Wow, was that not it? Oh, sorry, I guess that was the end of it. My bad. All right. People are going to go, you seem like you're overjoyed. Yeah, when I catch discrepancies like that, sure. Pardon my joviality over such a thing, but that's pretty much Jordan Peterson 2018 contradicting Jordan Peterson 2022. You get pissed off at me. Don't get pissed off at me. Get pissed off at yourself. That guy back in 2018. He's the one that made that case. He's the one who was saying it. It's fundamentally a lie. Okay. But is that not what she's doing? I mean, that's what she said. I'm going to go to Romania. I was in Germany and he flew. Sorry, Tate, I'm going to throw you under the bus here. He flew me out from Germany to Romania so we could talk business for just one day. In a black cocktail dress, and looks like it was a night then, and there was a second picture where it looked like it was morning. So, what's more important, ladies? Career or babies? Babies. What's more important? What should be more important? Well, why do we even have this conversation? Because we are the results. We are in the end stages of this experiment. And like I said, Michaela Peterson is a big part of that experiment right now. So